Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. I'm Helen, and today we are going to be taking a small dive into your mind. Now, I would have said deep dive, but the deep dive part was what we did when we last looked at your psyche or your mind, and that was when I was using the Wild Unknown deck. So if you saw that one, you will probably notice that I'm using different decks this time, and that's because these decks are slightly more gentle on my energy. They are not as draining as the Wild Unknown decks were. So yeah, we are kind of shaking it up a bit this time, but the general essence of the spread is the same, or the reading I should say, where we're using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. We're using these cards to find out what your current mindset is and what the mindset is that you should adopt or embody more for your highest good. And then we're going to get into the Fountain Tarot and get out some additional details. Now, please, as always, remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so not all of the messages are going to resonate for every single one of you. Just use your discernment and take what is for you. Everything else you can cast aside. And lastly, because we are dealing with the mind, which is actually kind of like your home element, right? The air suit or the air element or the sword suit, however you want to take it. That's what we are dealing with today. So just as a quick reminder that the messages are most likely going to be more abstract as well. And I'm probably going to be reminding you throughout the reading that we are dealing with the mind and bringing everyone's attention and focus, including my own, back to the fact that we are only looking at the mindset and the headspace. So hopefully none of us will get too attached and read too much into the messages, okay? So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and let's get to it. So let's see what your current mindset is. What is Libra's current mindset? Interesting. Whoa, you have Thinker in reverse, number 44. Oh, and the No Place Like Home in reverse. Interesting. I'm gonna get the other card out as well, and then we'll get into them. So I want to see what mindset you should adopt or embody more. What kind of mindset should Libra adopt for their highest good? Oh my goodness. We have one. No way. Between Worlds. It's crazy. We just did Virgo. No, that was Leo. Sorry. Leo's reading was Between Worlds. But yeah. It's funny how some of these cards keep coming up. We have Clean It Up in reverse. Okay, so I do want to point out the numerological synchronicity coming out. We have 21, which if you reduce it, 2 + 1 is 3, and you have 3 with the Between Worlds card as well. Okay, let me kind of make some space here for myself, and then I'm gonna kind of sense and feel my way through these cards, and then we'll get into them. Okay, so for you guys, I'm kind of getting a feeling where you might be like thinking or mulling over something very, almost like obsessively, I want to say, with this Thinker in reverse. It feels very honed in on something, almost like you can't let something go. And I am getting kind of a worrying vibe with this Thinker in reverse, because when I look at the mindset that you should embody more, we have Between Worlds, which is kind of almost indicating that you should adopt more of a viewpoint where you are okay being in this no man's land, or being in this gray area where it's not the one anymore, but it's not yet the other either. As exactly as the card suggests, where you're kind of in between, right? one leg in the past and one leg in the future. So it's this, it can be a very an annoying state to be in, absolutely, and it can be quite confusing as well, especially if you are one who likes to analyze everything and have a very clear picture and a very clear understanding of everything at all times. But kind of that's what I'm getting with this. Kind of like you you need to be okay with being in this hazy state, or where you can't make sense of things as they are right now. Because with the clean it up coming out as the underlying energy, it feels like there needs to be some kind of, as the card says, cleaning something up. And I feel like, because again, we're talking about the mind, right? The mindset. It feels like whatever is bogging you down or weighing you down, or whatever you are so incessantly mulling over or worrying about. I do get a very strong worrying sense for some reason with this card. It's time to kind of clean it up, or it's time to let it go, time to ease up the mind and transition yourself into this state where you are okay with the not knowing, you are okay with the things not being very concrete and very set in stone and defined right now. And again, it's temporary, right? We're talking about energies which are constantly moving, so this state is temporary. But I feel like this card is coming out because it's just going to be a lot easier for you to just go with the flow, rather than trying to force your way through the situation or force your way through the chaos and the confusion and try and make sense of things that are not actually comprehensible right now. Right? But I want to read from the guidebook because I love this guidebook, and it's so well worded that let's have a look whether maybe Colette Baron-Reid has worded these messages better. But we have number 44, thinker, essential meanings, strategy, being analytical and logical. But you have protection message because it came out in reverse. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Exactly what I was saying. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. Okay, I know this is super random, but please bear with me. I just want to point out, because this is striking me so much right now. We have this aha moment, right? And the way that it's written as well. Just the previous reading that I was doing for Virgo, at one point, literally, the band Aha, if you're familiar with it, it's a Norwegian band from the 80s, but one of their songs was coming up in my mind, and it kept repeating itself, so I had to say it because it was kind of accurate with their reading at that time. But it's kind of funny how this how the name actually is popping up in this card or in this book right now. Sorry, I know it's super random, but I just wanted to say it for some reason. Okay, and then we have number 3, between worlds, essential meanings, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. Ooh, they're using the same expression. Okay. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. Whoa. This was like, do you see what I mean when I say that Colette Baron Reid is just like a genius in wording these messages? It's beautiful. But yeah, I feel like the message was kind of saying pretty much the same thing that I was saying in just more elaborate and more elegant wording. But the gist was pretty much the same. So let's look at the tarot now. I want to see how this current mindset of yours is serving you and how it is restricting you. How is it serving Libra? How is this mindset serving Libra? Whoa, you have the Hermit in reverse, which is the card that Virgo just got. And the Moon. Oh, sorry, I get so excited every time I see the Moon card in this deck because it's my absolute favorite. I think it's one of the most beautiful Moon cards I have ever seen in my life. But sorry, I know that's not the point. We're getting back to you now. Okay, so the way that this is serving you, right? This like over-analyzing, obsessively thinking about something. I feel like the way that it's serving you is it's allowing you to neglect or ignore the mysteries within you, the darkness within you. And please don't take it in like a judgy way, because we all have darkness within ourselves, right? We're all made up of light and shadow. But that's the point where the more you confront the shadow, the more you shed light on the shadow, and the more aware you become of your shadow, the more kind of wholesome you become as a person, the more evolved you become as a soul. And I feel like with the Hermit in reverse, it feels like there's something that you don't really want to confront, especially with the Moon card. It seems like there's some kind of, again, darkness, some kind of something maybe very heavy, something that is very much tied to your subconscious as well, something that is buried deep within you. Yeah, something that you don't want to deal with. It feels very much like it's tied to your emotional space, even though I know we're talking about the mind, but with the Moon as well, because it is such a watery card and such an emotion-driven card. It does feel like there is a lot of emotional gunk, I want to say, to be worked through for you, especially in the subconscious mind. But it feels like you don't really want to face that, and the thinking and spending a lot of time in your head is allowing you to ignore the deep aspects within you, the shadowy aspects within you. But we also want to see how this energy or how this mindset is restricting you. Whoa. Oh my goodness. 2 major arcana back to back. Oh my god, stop it. Okay, now you have 4 basically, because the underlying energy was the Moon and now you have Judgment. So you've had 4 major arcanas come out. Okay. I love the color that is coming out in this Strength card. But again, remember, this is how this energy is restricting, sorry, the mindset. I have to keep saying mindset because otherwise it might get confusing. Again, I feel like because you are not facing your truth and the darkness within you, right? The shadow. Because you're not facing the shadow, you're also keeping yourself away from connecting with the shadow and integrating the shadow to become a more, as I said, a more wholesome version of you, where you are almost like a master of yourself, where you are more aware of yourself, where you can stand in your truth and in your authentic being and show it with confidence to everyone else, where your soul can be free with the Judgment card coming out here, where you can live out your purpose or live out who you were meant to be in this lifetime. And yeah, that can only come forward if we take the time to actually get to know ourselves, who we truly are at our core. So by staying in this over analytical and obsessive energy, only staying in your mind, and not actually delving deeper into your shadowy aspects, into your subconscious, into everything else that is hidden within you, you're also depriving yourself of getting to know the whole you, the true you. And with the strength, I love that the strength is exactly the card, or is the card that is coming out, because the strength is all about, as I said, it's like mastering yourself. It's mastering the ego, and the ego very often includes your fears and your insecurities and your self-limiting beliefs and all of those things as well, the more negative aspects of ourselves. So with you kind of mastering that, or being in control of that, you have the ability to surpass, to overcome these insecurities, and again, the darkness that is within you, which is kind of just ruling you, or it has all this power over you without you even being aware of it if you don't confront it. But the minute that you decide to actually face the shadow, and again, shed light on it, right? Work through it, integrate it into your being, that's when, do you see, I love the contrast is coming out so beautifully as well. That's when you can step into the full light of yourself, the fullness of yourself, and shine your brightest. And I mean, I'm not saying that you will ever be able to like get rid of the shadow, because we all have it, and it's not a bad thing. It's it can just be a very dangerous thing if it rules you without you being aware of it. That's the only thing. But yeah, sorry, I need to keep moving forward. Let's look at the new mindset and see how this will help you heal, or what kind of aspect within you this will help you heal. Oh my god, sorry. I'm even losing my voice. Oh my god, like, what is this? Seriously, what is this? Like, you're only hitting the major arcanas. That is insane. Do you see how powerful all of this is? Do you see how powerful you are? I mean, all of this power, and I feel like it's all lying there dormant within you, waiting to be accessed. Because again, it seems that you're so much occupied in the mind that everything else is just like you haven't even like fully taken advantage of it. Everything that is there for you to be explored, to be experienced. But with the High Priestess, this is telling me that it's going to be helping you, and with the Temperance as well, actually, like two very, very, very high vibe, very magical cards. I do want to say very mystical cards. This new mindset is going to, okay, I don't want to say new mindset, but this mindset is going to help you get in touch with your deeper self, with the wise and the tuned in self, the powerful feminine. And again, this is not a gender specific reading. We all have feminine and masculine energies, but this is very, very powerful feminine energy, where again, you have the confidence, you have the knowing, you have the belief, you have the trust in yourself, because the High Priestess is very in touch and very in tune with her intuition. She's very much psychic. She's very much highly sensitive, right? She sees beyond the veil. She sees beyond what we are able to see with our naked eye. So I feel like this, again, this wisdom, this power that is within you, that's what this being more in the flow, being more allowing and being more receptive in the mind is going to help heal within you. Where this aspect, this High Priestess aspect, can come to the surface more and guide you and direct you and lead you. show you the way. Where again, you don't have to be this much up in your head and worried and obsessed about things, because there's this peace and calm with the High Priestess. Because as I said, she just knows. It's a very, very, very powerful, very beautiful energy. And again, with the Temperance, it's very balanced as well, very harmonious. But before we close out this reading, I also want to see what this mindset would open up for you in the future, or how it would benefit you in the future. How will this mindset that Libra should adopt, how would it benefit Libra in the future? Wow. We have the 10 of Wands with the 7 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. So with the 10 of Wands, I actually feel like it's going to build up your strength, your resiliency, where you'll almost be unbreakable, I want to say, where you have the ability to overcome any difficulty. Because again, and I want to keep reminding you, this is the mind that we're talking about, right? Because you're not getting sucked into the whirlpool of why is it that way, how is it happening, what is the reason for this, what is the reason for that, and like trying to make sense of everything and solve everything, right? I feel like you'll just be able to kind of accept the things that happen, take them in stride, and move forward. And even if things are testing you, if things are kind of more heavy, more burdensome, more taxing for you, you'll be able to like get over them without breaking. I don't even know what to say because this was such a cool reading, and I hope that it came across that way for you guys as well. I hope that you actually got something from this message. If this was your reading, if you resonated with this and if you found it useful, then please consider giving me a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me. And also, if you haven't already, but if you did enjoy my energy and my style of doing tarot readings, then please don't forget to subscribe as well. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys there. Thank you again so much for spending this time with me and for letting me read for you. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.